Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans. Let me see. I think we need to. One minute. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans. Good morning. I didn't. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans. You're just getting ready here. Just getting ready. As we mourn our heroes and heroine, I come across this information that bothers me. And I just thought I could share it with every one of us today. I come across an information that is bothering me. An information I think every Biafran should know about. I come across this information. It worries me. And because it worries me, I think every Biafran should know it. I have information to share with Biafrans today, the Heroes' Day. Today, the Heroes' Day, the Biafran Heroes' Day. The day we mourn, the day that we mourn our heroes and our heroines. But there are more heroes to mourn here. And I'm going to share those heroes with you today. There are more heroes to mourn. Ones that I know that most Biafrans did not know about. Most Biafrans don't know about these heroes that I'm going to share with you today. There are more heroes to mourn. So, there are more heroes to mourn, my people. There are more heroes to mourn. A lot of heroes that we don't even know about. There are a lot of them. A lot of heroes we don't know about. I'm going to share with you what will surprise you today. I'm going to share about you. I'm going to share Yeah, let's begin, my people. We are going to get started. Please, if you come in, you just share. Make sure that others come in so that we start sharing the information that we come today to share. I have information that is bothering me, and I think every Biafran should know this information. This is really very, very, very bothering. Please share as you come in so that we get started. Today is our hero and heroine, and as we mourn those that were killed during the war, we're also going to mourn those that were catch in their farmlands and those that were caught in their homes by the Fulanis and handed over to Britain for slave trade. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think it's better now. There are information that is bothering me that I'm going to share with you today. Let me just get started. When you come in, please help to share this video. You probably will ask yourself a question: who are these Fulanis? After looking at this information today, after getting this information today, I'm sure you are going to go back and ask yourself, who are these Fulanis? Well, if you use the screen, if you can see on the screen my search that lead me to this information that I'm sharing with you today. I have been hearing that the missionaries were actually the one that owned more slaves during the slave trade. So I thought I could do a research about that. And then I went on the internet, I was seeing something else that bothers me so much. So I actually come out from that topic when I saw this, that the Fulanis were actually the ones that were catching our people in their farms, in their homes, on the way, and selling them to Britain and other European countries or other Western world for slavery. And I thought I could bring this to the knowledge of our people so that this might help you to ask, who are these Fulanis? I saw somebody who asked that question on the internet, and believe me or not, they are Arabs. Arabs. If you watch the war in Sudan, the northern Sudan is also Arabs. So this Arabs is a big problem that most West African countries, if not the whole Africa, have. And now the Fulanis in early age, we are coming and grabbing our people in their farms, in their homes, on the road, and taking to British people for slaves. Now, then this really surprised me, because a lot of people were thinking that our people were the ones that sell themselves. Of course, maybe there are bad ones as well from our midst. But when I was doing this research and I went to Google and I typed in Church of England owned slaves, when I type in Church of England owned slaves, I then come across this information, this picture that I'm sharing with you here. You will see this picture on a BBC website, and you see the documentary as well on the BBC website. But when I see this picture, I stopped my research when I see that, hey, the Fulanis were the one selling our people. They were the ones selling our people to British. I think I'm having echo here. Let me see. 1 minute. I think I'm having echo. Okay. I think that will reduce. Sorry for that. I didn't know that I'm hearing myself. 1 minute. Let me just get this back on. So when I saw this picture, I marveled. So I think I should repeat what I said earlier because it was echoing. I didn't notice that on time. I said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans, wherever you are watching me from. That today I have important information that I come across on the internet, and I thought I should share it with us. I thought every Biafran will know this, that in early age, and after knowing this information today, you may ask some questions that you never asked before. I don't know why this. Okay, guys, I want to get this much better. So I think after watching this today, you ask some questions that you never asked before. And some of your questions might be, who are these Fulanis? You find out that Fulanis are actually not Nigerian. They are not even Africans. That they are Arab. I come across this information on Google. If you look at the other screen, the screen right next to me, you see the Google search that I used. Church of England owns slaves. If you go to Google and you type in Church of England owns slaves, you will come up with this picture that I'm showing to you. You go to, it will take you to give you a BBC website on top. And that BBC website, you click on that BBC website, you come up with, you get this information that I'm sharing with you today. You will see the documentary made by a British citizen, a Jamaican born, I believe, a Jamaican born, a British citizen who made this research. So it is the Fulanis who goes to our communities, our towns, and catch our people and sell them to British. Now, I never hear this before. I never hear this before. That Fulanis were the ones that go to our various communities and we are catching our people and we are selling them for money. And this surprised me really, that they were the one doing that in those days. They served the British and other European countries to sell our people as slaves to them. And today, Fulani is still helping the British. They helped British that 17th century, and they're still helping British today, getting them free oil, getting them free gas, free diamond, free gold. You remember gold from Adamawa gold. Who is giving it to Britain? Who is giving it to the Western world, right? So most of the mineral resources in Nigeria today are being taken to these Western countries by the same people who were taking our people as slaves in the past during 17th century. So, and these people did not come from any part of our land. They are Arabs. They are not even Nigerians. They are not Biafran. They are not Oduduwa. They are not Ariwa. So they were strangers who just came in, and then they established themselves and start selling our people as slaves. And then from selling our people as slaves, they also start taking our resources and giving to the Western world when the slave trade was abolished or stopped. They now go and start selling our resources to Britain. And if you look at what is going on today, you see that because these people doesn't seem to belong to our people, like they are strangers. They don't care about the welfare of the people at all. Because if you look at current happening, Minister of Finance stole 80 billion naira. Whereas the universities are looking for only 1 billion to be able to teach, to be able to go further with education. But they cannot provide that. So this might be some things that will make you understand that they are only stealing and stealing and stealing and stealing, and they are not giving any to the owners of the land. So, so these Fulani people have been helping the British from 17th century to now, and they never stopped. They never stopped helping the British. Till today, they are still helping the British to dig our gold, to dig our diamond, to dig our resources, all the mineral resources in the land, both in the north, both in the west, both in the south, everywhere. They are the ones rampaging everywhere. And they are not even stopping at selling the mineral resources. Now they are planning to take over the whole land by themselves. So they have been rampaging everywhere, sacking communities, destroying the inhabitants, and taking over their communities. So what do you think about this? Because I never know this before. I just come across this yesterday, and I couldn't sleep. I thought I could come and share it with you. So what do you think about these Fulanis? They are still helping British to do election in Nigeria. Do you notice they are still helping the British to do election in Nigeria? I'm sure British will not come by themselves to do election in Nigeria. So if you look at, there are so many things that Fulani is still helping British to do in Nigeria. They are helping them to do election. They are helping them to get oil and gas. They are helping them to get whatever they need from Nigeria, because the British cannot do all these things by themselves. So now, can you help me do this search by yourself? Go to Google search, type in Church of England owned slaves. If you put this in the Google search, you'll see a BBC website is the first to pop up in front of you. The top one is BBC website, where it says that the church is apologizing. Church is apologizing for being involved in the slave trade. So initially, the church were called missionaries, right? But now, we discover that it is the church that actually owned the highest slave in those days. And this church is apologizing for being part of slave. But that is a topic of another day, because they are now apologizing for being part of slave trade. Because I was hearing that and I thought it was a joke. That the ship the ship they used to carry people from our place to the Western world is actually named Jesus or something like that. And that the Church of England owned highest number of slaves in the whole slave trade. The Church of England owned highest amount of slaves during the slave trade. Then ask yourself again, how could this be possible? So, and if you look at it, you will see that it's reality, right? Because Biafrans has been, okay, during the war, this same England supported the Fulanis to almost wipe out our people, which is what we are mourning today. We are mourning our heroes and heroines. If you look, that's why everywhere is black on this screen, because it's our mourning day. We are mourning our heroes and heroines. So the Church of England, both their church and their everything, they supported the Fulanis, supplied them with all the tools that they needed to be able to pretty much wipe out our people. But God intervened that our people were strong and they defended our land, and more than 6 million, about 10 million of them were wiped out, which actually created an avenue, an open space for these Fulanis to be able to come in and start getting free oil for England. So before then, the Fulanis were getting Biafrans, take them to slave ships. But today, Fulanis are taking oil, and they're not even going there to take it anymore. They put a pipe from Biafra land to where we don't even know. We don't even know where those pipes went. And they are taking oil and gas, right? So I just think I should. If you think about this, you will not. You ask yourself, how is this possible that somebody that brings to you the Bible goes and support the other person, goes support somebody else who is not even from your territory? So there are two colonies at that time, right? Which we didn't know. We didn't know there are British colony and Fulani colony at the same time, playing side by side. They are just, this is British, this is Fulani, and both of them are colonies, and they are working together. Our people did not. I'm sorry. So our people, does it mean Nnamdi Azikiwe did not know that? Nnamdi Azikiwe of West Africa, who they promised to make him Nnamdi Azikiwe of West Africa, Does it mean he didn't know that the North was conquered at that time? I don't know. Maybe those are some of the questions you may be asking. But he's supposed to know because he's very intelligent and he's an educated man. But today is not Nnamdi Azikiwe stuff. But when I come across this information, I begin asking so many questions. That's why I'm even asking, doesn't he know that the Fulani and British are both strangers and they have taken the conquest of the whole North and they needed the South. And that's when they did the amalgamation to be able to come into the South. And they succeeded by killing our people, killing about 10 million people, 10 million Biafrans to make their way into Biafra land. To make their way into Biafra land. And they succeeded. So now, if you look at Biafran situation today, no matter the amount of Biafrans killed, British will not say anything. The Church of England will not say anything. The Pope of Italy will not say anything. So all these churches, these missionaries that bring church to our people, never say anything. So does it mean, do you see that there's something wrong, right? Because if it was a salvation that was actually brought to our people, I'm sure that somebody you have the same God with, you are serving the same God with, supposed to come to your rescue and not follow your enemy or supply your enemy tools to come and clear the ones they gave the Bible. Let me think about that. If you can help me with that thought, I know it will be a topic of another day for us. How can somebody brought you Bible and then he followed the person, another person that he didn't even give Bible, and then give that person weapons and devastate the people that he gave Bible. And initially, this person, these Fulanis are the one bringing our people to them. But when the slave trade is fading, is coming to an end, they devise for another way to still come in for something else, which is mineral resources. So at that point, they needed to bring down the population of Biafrans in order to be able to be successful in coming in to take the mineral resources. And today, if you go to this search engine, the Google search, and you enter Church of England, own slaves, you will see that the church is now asking themselves, like, oh, what do we do? How do we still make these people? How do we still make these people to believe in us or to believe what we told them? and that's a big question that I saw on this website, on this research that was done by a British citizen. So if you go to Google and you enter Church of England, own slaves, you read a little bit, even though it is a story that someone did a thorough research and documented. But now the question is this: the church, those England, Church of England, and the Church of Rome, they are all asking themselves, how do we still convince, these people? How do we still convince these people to believe in our story? Right? So that is the question there. So before they come up with the apologies, that apology was to tell you, okay, we are sorry that we sell you as slaves in the beginning in the name of bringing you salvation. But now, why are they giving this apology? Does it mean that they are still benefiting from that slavery? Yes, but in another way. They are slaving us. They are slaving us financially now. Our land is just for raw materials, mineral resources, oil and gas, and so forth. Now, you could also be aware that the materials used in making bomb that was thrown in Japan during the First World War came from Congo. And did the Congo know that they have it? I believe not. But somebody came there, took those mineral resources to the Western world. All right, somebody sold those mineral resources to America, to British. Somebody is getting it for them. Or did they come and took it by themselves? It probably would be too obvious if England should come by themselves to take these mineral resources. It will be it will be like, hey, if you see them, you will say, hey, what are you doing there? And I'm sure that they will be unable to do that if they didn't first of all give our people Bible to be reading. I'm sure they could not do that. Assuming that our people did not get Bible to be going to for night vigil 5 times in a week, 7 days in a week, concentrated in reading Bible. Why these people goes to get those mineral resources for Britain and America nowadays? So, do you think it will be possible for our people to just let them come and take it? They know they couldn't come and do it by themselves, because if they were coming by themselves, they would be too obvious, right? You see them easily, right? But these black Arabs who are Fulanis, we are used to do all this, both sell our people, and after selling our people, they are still being used to sell to take our gold and silver and oil and gas to the Western world. And even they are not satisfied with only that anymore. They want to take over the land. And these same Fulanis are used to do election in Nigeria, to legal the election. Because early stage during the Nnamdi Azikiwe, have you ever seen a president without power? I never seen or come across that at all. Nnamdi Azikiwe had promised him presidency without power, just sitting on the chair, and they take him a picture that, okay, you are the president, but without power. I never seen that before. I never seen where it happened before, that there's actually a president, that there could be something possible like that. I never seen that before. But it only happened because the Fulanis helped Britain to establish president without power. They helped Britain legal election till today, and they are still leaguing it. I'm sure you guys see the one on internet now, these primaries they are doing. They are counting, and if they count you, you go and stay on, you go back and be on the line. They will count you, you go and be on the line. They will count you, you go and be on the line. So it is endless, right? Oh my goodness. So imagine that actually that could happen, right? So you can give us idea what Fulani is still helping British to accomplish in your community. You can put it in the comment section. What is Fulani helping British to accomplish in your community? Please help. You can put it in the comment section if you know all the other things, how Fulani is still helping the British that we did not mention in this video. This video is specifically that Fulanis have been helping the British from selling our people as slaves to taking our resources today and leading the election since then, since when they started working with the British. Now, this information, if we can spread it so that our people will know the work of Fulanis in a territory they call Nigeria, or even the whole West Africa, but I believe that other African countries has pursued them out. If you go and check Ghana, Ghana has been pursuing them, and I think they have pursued a lot of them out of Ghana, and most of them are now in Nigeria. So you can spread this news, make sure people get this information so that they can go to Google before they remove the website. I'm sure that after exposing this, that they might go fast and delete the website. But if you are able to get to the website and see what I'm seeing, you'll be marveled. You'll be marveled. I think it's information that every Biafran is supposed to have. Every Biafran is supposed to know this information so that it will help you understand what is happening, why our people are still dying. Because we cannot do all this evil to ourselves, right? It takes somebody who is not from our land to be able to accomplish the catastrophe that is in the land today. It takes someone who is not our brother, who is not our sister, who is very, very strange, so he doesn't care if he eliminates the entire people. So they don't care because they came from where we don't even know and descend on our people. During the war, and even since after the war, they are still descending on our people with nobody fighting for our people, with nobody asking them, what are you doing? The people that brought the Bible don't ask questions. Both Church of England never say, hey, stop killing our Christian brothers and sisters. No. Church of Rome never say, hey, you stop there. Stop killing our people. Stop doing that. They never do that. So none of these people have ever done that. And you could know the answer now, that our people have to defend themselves. And if our people cannot do that, then it means that they will take over the land. The strangers will take over the land and get the land for Britain. All right? But God will not allow them. We thank God that today we have IPOB, which has been battering them. If we didn't have IPOB, I don't know where we would have find ourselves. But we thank Nnamdi Kanu, we thank IPOB for the great work they are doing, because if not for them, I don't think that our people will still have the this life that they have today, even though they are still struggling in all areas of life. But I hope that one day they will get themselves together and be able to know that they have to save themselves. And if they don't do that, nobody will do it for our people. I thank you very much. Please share this video. Share this video so that our people will see this, that we still have heroes and heroines that were caught by the Fulanis and handed over to British during the slave trade. And share this information so that our people will go and read up. Even those that cannot read, at least they will hear this my explanation, which is not very, very complicated. And they should be able to know the situation that they are in. Thank you very much, and you have a great Heroes Day.